This relates to quick news. Hope it helps relating to information. Edifying, most of all, informative relating to information. I'll praise Yahweh Shemir Shabbat Shem That relates to quick news. Government nuisance signs a bill to cut the cannabis taxes relating to marijuana. Jimmy Kimmel's show is returning on on Tuesday. So relating to the Fallout boycott, relating to also Disney losing billions of dollars. So, they had to play PR and political, not political, but they had to play damage control. Because end of the day, Disney, it's about their brand, so they don't want to jeopardize that. There were reports relating to, Disney lost because of that, the backlash from this. Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's show is going to return on Tuesday. Disney brings back Kimmel after thoughtful convoys, pretty much negotiations, different things, weighing out different options. Seeing the bigger picture, different things. All right, U.S. could hit sanctions relating to international court, relating to sanctions on that. You have relating to warrants relating to layoffs, relating to interest rates aren't cut. You have Zelensky in New York meet this week relating to the UN this week in New York, relating to UN week, relating to try to find a solution as Ukraine and Russia continue relating to drone attacks, back and forth, intensification relating to that. California signed Gavin Newsom signed relating to ICE agents wearing masks, which can jeopardize their identity, being recognized, their life, different things. That's why they wear masks, to protect their identity. Utah Valley University creates a Charlie Kirk Memorial. The Dominican Republic seized cocaine from a boat after U.S. Destroyed it, after it was destroyed by U.S. So basically, Dominican Republic recovered or seized forms of cocaine from boats that were destroyed by U.S. And that was in the region relating to them between Maduro, Venezuela. And Venezuela wants to try to a dialogue with U.S. I was on a report as well. DHS warns California, New York, Illinois relating to cooperating with ICE enforcement and deportation. You had the Oracle retainer relating to the TikTok, relating to algorithms relating to TikTok under the new ownership, Oracle. You have 25 illegal migrant children that were found, 25,000. So, yeah. Let me see what else is on. Having top news, Trump makes announcement of autism. Now, Tylenol may be linked to autism. Acetaminophen, which is the main ingredient related to Tylenol, could link relating to autism. Jimmy Kimmel to return to air on Tuesday night, like I was saying. Confusions over charges after several arrests at protests. You had protests in Chicago. You had a lady try to strip off a mask off of an ICE agent. That was over the weekend. And that ICE agent was going to hit her with that pistol, man. With that assault weapon. Get ready to look like shoot her or hit her with it. and he put her in a chokehold. That's in a report, a Fox News report. That was over the weekend, you know what I mean? So tensions are growing relating to these protests, but confusions, overcharges after several arrests of protests outside ICE facility. You also have Canada, Australia protests. You have in Chicago protests, and various other places relating to protests. Now Gabrielle's packing a Category 3, which is supposed to go to North Atlantic, to the Azores, which is Portugal area, Lisbon and all those areas, going up to that region. You have another system kind of side by side underneath that, and you have another one at the bottom, you know what I mean? So different layers of, you know, relating to that. Where we stand on potential government. So there's division relating to potential government. Divide, whether purpose, orchestrated, or otherwise, relating to the Democratic and Republicans. You know what I mean? California bans mass ICE agents. He signed an executive order as Governor Newsom. That's probably going to be challenged by Homeland Security and different things at the federal level. New gubernatorial candidates spar over inflation. Judge issues injunction allowing Revolution Wind projects to continue, form of alternative energy, windmills. Super Typhoon Ragaza is the strongest on Earth this year. UN debates Palestinian statehood push. That's where Canada was protesting. Canada and Australia protested relating to a Palestinian state. That was on the reports. Daughter of Trump assassination attempt. Suspect Ryan Ruth calls trial rigged. Google facing $425.7 million in damages for improper smartphone snooping, which goes to spying. Big Brother, they've been spying. They always spying on you. They've been spying. You know what I mean? That's how they know what you do on your phone, bud. You know what I mean? That's normal. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. Ways to that. Putin acts as former top general. Alexander Oleksandr Lyapin. Oleksandr Lyapin, 61. That's the top general of Putin. Shalak on the pronunciation. What else we have? All right, this is just different reports. You have Florida, certain areas of Florida see a drop in international tourism. You see in tourism drop, for example, Las Vegas, tourism drop. Inflation, things are higher, people are not spending as much. They're being more frugal or thrifty relating to their money, or trying to stretch whatever they can stretch. So they're not going to spend, so it's a trickle-down effect, man. You're seeing videos, people relating to, talking about, complaining about the economy, not paying, now pay their rent, like I was saying, paying their rent, car note, whatever, you know what I mean, food high, people complaining, you know what I mean? Some saying relating to we coming in dark times in this country, man. Relating to economically, socially, a variety of things, man. You know? So people are in fear, they even worry. You know what I mean? You had accounts closed. By the end of the year, Vietnam will close unverified accounts, bank accounts. 86 million. That was on the report, and also Thailand, 3 million. 86 million by the end of the year relating to Vietnam. And Thailand, 3 million banks accounts. And this goes to the biometric laws. You had Sweden over 4,000 relating to. Inserted relating to in her hand relating to a certain device, 4,000. You know what I mean? That was on the report. So that goes with what? Revelations 13, man. You know, and Sweden been had people as far as microchip for the past few years anyway, some voluntarily. You know what I mean? So relating to that, 4,000, Sweden, you know, that's going to be past suit, man. It's going to continue, you know what I mean? You had a kiosk company here back in 5-6 years ago, Wisconsin. Some were relating to in their hand, the device in their hand. And then you also be able to do certain things with your phone or with your hand, the palms. You know, various videos, whether in this country or other countries. So the technology's here, man. He also talking about biometric relating to ID, you know, having certain things. There's a report I've seen, you won't be able to go in certain places unless you have certain kind of ID or credentials, biometrically or otherwise, to go in those respected countries. I've seen that on a report the other day. And so a lot of transitional change. Passport 1926 relating to rules and regulations. This video talking about the HR 53-226, I believe 700 and something pages. So that was 226 relating to relating to passport if certain individuals deem under certain categories that can revoke their privileges relating to passport, or having a passport, or be able to have the liberty to use it. It's under the 226 relating to HR 53. And the wording of that is flexible in a matter of speaking. So they can define it relating to the flexibility and how they see fit under certain circumstances. This situation, I was looking at a video talking about that. You know what I mean? And so they can define how they want to define it, and you know, have the flexibility of pretty much maneuvering how they operate according to that. So that was relating to that, which would limit or restrict access of pretty much being mobile to and fro, especially if you leaving the country or something. That's what that was talking about. So this was just something short relating to that. Scripture talks about be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it relates to the times we're in, man. Be circumspect and not as fools, as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. Because the times we're in very complex times. We have to be, you know, paying attention, you know what I mean, pretty much overall, you know what I mean. And so that's the times we're coming into, You know what I mean? Hope it helps relating to information. Zaya Wolf. All praise Yahweh Shem Yeshua Bashim Rakakadash. Zaya Wolf Shalom.